Hello and welcome from Albert Park, Australia for today's race. And I think it's shaping up to be a classic. We go racing today then in the state of Victoria, where the drivers have 16 corners and 3.3 miles to navigate at an average lap speed of around 120 miles an hour. The close proximity of the barriers makes accidents inevitable, and recent history shows us that a safety car is not at all out of the question. Joining me on this very wet day is a man who's no stranger to driving in miserable conditions. Anthony Davidson, you've driven open cockpit, you've driven sports cars. How does the wet weather experience change between the different disciplines?
Well, I wouldn't say there's much difference in all honesty. You know, besides the terrifying closing speeds you find in sports cars with the different categories all sharing the same track, driving in the rain is, well, driving in the rain. Of course, the biggest difference between the two is the closed cockpit versus the open cockpit. You get the luxury of staying dry in the sports car, but if your screen ever gets dirty, well, that's a pit stop, not just wiping your visor or pulling away a tear off. But most of the time, you know, they're both as miserable as each other, to be honest.
Okay, be wary of the cars ahead braking suddenly into one. We could ruin our race if we hit them. Good luck.
With that then, let's run through the grid order. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, and Nico Rosberg completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Ricciardo, Vettel, Felipe Massa and Bottas, Raikkonen, Verstappen, Alonso and Sergio Perez, Kvyat, Button, Esteban Gutierrez and Hulkenberg, Sainz, Grosjean, Kevin Magnussen and Jolyon Palmer, Ericsson and Wehrlein, Felipe Nasser and Rio Haryanto completes the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. This is your final lap of the race. That's a disappointing result for sure, but we'll try to bounce back at the next one.
Brilliant stuff from Mercedes today. That's another historic win. And I have to wonder, Anthony Davidson, just what set them apart from the competition here.
Well, I think the track conditions just really suited their car today. Wind, track temperature, you name it. These cars come alive when the tyres are just at the right temperature. So the more easily you can keep them there, the better your race tends to go. And that's exactly what happened. Their car just looks so comfortable out there.
And here are our podium drivers today after that excellent race. They've excelled here, as they so often do, and it's a well-deserved victory. Mercedes, then, are on top today. And after this round of the World Championship, Here's how things look in the drivers' table. Lewis Hamilton takes over the lead of the Drivers' Championship after an excellent result. Moving on to the driver of the day then. Anthony Davidson, who would you go for?
It's got to be Rio Haryanto. He was in another league for me today. Really impressive stuff.
After all that excitement, it's time for a lie down, I think. Thanks for joining us, and goodbye until the next race.